So if you watched my last video, you might have noticed that my precious black olive tree is not in this space anymore. And there was a different umbrella tree, which I now just moved to this dining room corner over here. And the reason why it's not here is because I was a bad plant parent and I forgot to water for a week and a half. It's been really hot where I live. It is a pretty sensitive plant, so pretty much all of the leaves fell off and it was just this barren stick. I'll try to find a photo. I ended up moving it from here to the office where it is currently in its rehabilitation phase. Let me show you what that looks like. As you can see, it pretty much made a full recovery now. So you can tell that these are all new leaves which grown. You can actually still see some of the leaves that dried off. I honestly wasn't even sure if it would be able to recover because usually when a plant dies and all of its leaves fell off, it's pretty much cooked, literally. But this plant in particular, since it's not a usual house plant, it's actually just a straight up tree. I didn't realize that like any other tree, the leaves can fall off and the plant can still be perfectly fine. So I basically just waited for 2 weeks and all of the leaves pretty much grew back. So I'm gonna move this one back into the living room and switch around some of the other big plants around the house. So as you can see, here's my black olive tree, black in its rightful place next to the window. I think this one just honestly fits a little bit better, especially next to the Noguchi lamp right there. And then in the dining room corner, we now have that plant that used to be next to the window, which I think looks pretty great because it's a lot skinnier than the money tree was. I think the money tree was just blocking a little bit too much like area here. And because this one's skinnier, it kind of just goes along this corner. And I think just overall looks a lot less visually cluttered while at the same time still adding a hint of green and a little bit of visual interest. And then making our way to the bedroom, this is the one that I'm probably the least sure about just because I think I underestimated how large this money tree really grew. It looks a little bit squished in that corner. That corner of the bedroom in general just needed a little bit more green to sort of break up all of these beige and sort of yellow tones going on. Part of me kind of likes it, but part of me kind of also hates it. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this one. So I haven't highlighted an individual piece of furniture in a while, but I feel like I had to show you guys this because I'm super into design, and in particular, very functional and innovative design. This is actually from a very small brand based out of San Francisco called Hotelier. Upon first glance, you might think, oh, this is a side table, which it is, but it's got a hidden feature, which is it separates into not one, not two, not three, but 4 stools. I feel like this is really great for if you live in a city or a small apartment and you're looking for a space-saving solution that can give you a lot of seating or a lot of sort of like side tables or like plant stands. They can be used for really anything. And then you can just hide them all away, sort of like those little dolls that used to go inside of each other. Maybe you guys, Russian dolls. The build quality is really great. They're made of solid wood. I feel like I just don't see a lot of designs nowadays that really make me turn my head and think like, oh, that's really cool. Just because I feel like if you guys know the furniture industry, there is a lot of sort of copy and pasting with slight variations. But I feel like this is something really, really unique. So I will definitely leave a link in the description for this. Again, this is not sponsored. I just wanted to support a local brand here in San Francisco and at the same time show you guys something that I think is really cool. Something I get a lot of comments and questions about as someone who creates home decor and interior design content is how my home is always so clean. The short answer is that it is not clean all the time. So as you can see behind me, the living room is quite messy right now, and the dining room slash kitchen area is definitely very messy. This might come as a surprise to some of you, but I actually am naturally a very messy person. So I grew up my entire life with my mom always yelling at me to clean my room and leaving stuff out for like weeks or days at a time, because I feel like I used to have the conception that there are clean people and there are messy people, and I was definitely in the messy category. But I think ever since I graduated college and moved to my first apartment, I sort of had the realization that in reality, most people aren't clean people, and it's very hard to be someone who's just naturally clean all the time, right? Life happens, we get busy. And so what's more important is actually just taking pride in your space and actually making an effort to clean. That's why the concept of like a Sunday reset or sort of just a weekly reset day is really important for me as someone who's not naturally clean, and I think for a lot of other people as well, because it really just gives you a dedicated time to just set aside an hour or two and just clean up your space and just get it back to the way that it should be. So if that's something that you haven't tried out, I would definitely recommend it. So I'm gonna bring you guys for a full reset of both the indoor space and the outdoor spaces in the house today, and hopefully this inspires you to do a little bit of reset cleaning for yourself.